the questions. Okay. Jenkins related, I will ask you questions. You have to give the answer. Okay. So get ready. So my first question, how many people know that what is the plugins of Jenkins? Most useful plugins. Hello? Still joining. How many people know about how what is the useful plugins we use in Jenkins after that I will share also the answer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There are many plugins. Okay, for Git, we need to use GitHub integration plugins,
Hmm.
and for Maven, it's a Maven integration and Maven invoker,
Hmm.
and uh,
Yes, yes, please. Marvin is the right answer. Get Amazon
okay,
EC2 HTML
yes,
publisher
Print pipeline,
copy
print
artifact.
pipeline.
Yeah, yeah, you can skip.
and published through SSH. So the that plugin is, yeah, that is for Ansible and Docker. For that purpose, we will use that plugins.
Yes.
And, and
Anyone?
then
Blue Ocean pipeline for
Yeah.
pipeline.
For each and everything there is plugin on Jenkins. Like plugin is strong thing with Jenkins which made powerful in that environment. So
Yes.
plugin is the main thing with Jenkins, which make like it's enhanced for the all people in DevOps. Like we have a lot of plugins, Maven plugins, it's Git plugins, and if you need to do like secure SSH plugins also with the Jenkins.
Yes, sir. You're right, sir. And there are actually, I know that there are 5, 6 plugins are there. So Maven is a real answer is right. Git also, Amazon EC2 also,
Yes.
and HTML publisher also, copy artifact also, join and green balls also. So most probably which plugins we use almost when you are working in real time.
See, it should be depends upon which application we are working. If it was Java application, we can use the Java plugin.
Yeah,
And if it was Kubernetes based application, we can use Kubernetes based application. So it should be the depends upon the application we are using.
depends your work now, which type of project you are getting.
Yes,
Git,
yes, correct.
So it
Yes.
depends the project
yes,
and all. It's depend on which type of application you are working. Okay,
Y-
suppose
Yes.
I have a business is a like a product based business. So which type of I have to use like my product based business developer made the codes, and after that what is the next item? What I have
See,
to do after that?
that's what.
Git API,
Yeah.
Git API plugin, and then Blue Ocean for pipeline.
Yes.
And,
What is the
and
pipeline?
if you are using pipeline, is just a
Environment.
stages like to build the set of stages
Mm-hmm.
for the CI/CD, like
Yes, yes.
building.
Anyone more?
If it was a application the based servers, it should be like Tomcat or Java. It should be the Python. So we have to use like we will use like that actually.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I think most of probably look many people are know the Jenkins. And right now everyone join. Otherwise, I have to extend this
No, no,
topic.
actually, see,
Hmm.
the thing is like when we are coming to the real time, it should be the different scenario actually.
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
So the thing is like when we just for the knowledge purpose, it's a different, and the working purpose, it's a different actually.
hmm,
So
hmm,
for the Jenkins, we can learn more every time. Like we can create a pipelines, we can create a multi-tier pipelines, we can create a like a DSL jobs.
hmm,
We can learn, keep on learning, and we should, every company will ask different pipelines actually. So we have to just we have to give a pipeline structure, and we have to work on some sample pipelines, and we have to work together, and we will perform like that. That's my suggestion actually.
hmm. Yes, nice. Anyone? Prashant? Hello. Okay, fine. I will ask another questions. The interview related questions are. Okay. So what is the Maven and what is the benefit of integration Maven with Jenkins? Hello?
Yeah, so Maven is a build tool.
Hmm.
So uh, we need to integrate the Maven with the Jenkins. So in order to uh, build
Yes,
the
exactly.
code,
Good.
yeah, in order to build the code, we use the Maven.
Yes.
And there are various stages on it, but I'm not sure like what are the stages in Maven.
Yeah, I will tell. Don't worry. Okay. So actually, Maven is the build management tool. You are telling right, and it's
Yeah.
usually simple like a pom.xml file. We can configure this, and that depends the needed to build the test and the run the code. And we also managing the full life cycle of test projects. Once we integrate these projects, we can with Jenkins. Then Maven WebDriver will be built with the project and execute test efficiently. Okay,
Okay.
Good.
yeah. So what we know, Maven is the build management tools. Okay, so am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if I'm wrong, please tell me. Okay.
Sure.
Hmm. So what is the SCM tools of Jenkins?
SCM.
There are many tools. So popular is the Git. So Git is the source code management.
Yeah.
There are many tools, but I'm not sure what are the tools.
I will tell you. You just to tell me. Okay. Git, you are telling it's very right. Okay. And also some multiples also there, but Git, I think maybe most of the company they are using Gits only. Okay. And there are almost all are available, but mostly they are using Git, like Acurave, CVS, Supervision, Mercurial, Firefox,
Bit,
ClearQC, and
Bitbucket is also there.
RTC. Yeah.
Git
Okay.
bucket. Okay. Mhm.
Hmm.
So Nitin, what is the Git bucket? Is it like
What is Bitbucket? Bitbucket.
Git bucket.
Bit bucket?
Bitbucket.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
bit bucket. Okay.
okay.
No, I think Gitbucket is different actually. It's a CI tool actually.
CI tools.
Like
Okay.
by using that, we can integrate continuously code with a different people will work together. So we can like it act as a GitLab and Git.
No,
Yes.
Bitbucket is same like Git.
Yes, that's what I'm explaining.
Okay. So why we using Git? Hello. Can anyone tell why we use Git?
Yeah.
Actually, Git
So
is like more famous, and from long time it is being used. So people are like more used to it, and mostly companies ask for it. but with time, others will also catch up.
Yes.
Basically, it is used for to storage the code where we can store the code by developer or testing team or DevOps teams. Different people from the different team can store their and save their simultaneously, or can make save all changes separately, and different between pipeline between the offshore and onshore clients and vendors.
Yeah. Nice.
Also, it is a source code management tool, and
So
we can maintain multiple versions
yeah,
in
version
the Git.
control is possible in GitHub.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, in old projects we use SVN for version control. So nowadays everyone using this Git because it's a cloud based source code management. So everybody using that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is powerful and the cheap, very
Yeah,
easy to merge it.
because I remember almost 8 year back I was used SVN versioning tool then almost 8 years.
Okay. Another people who also they can also speak. They know English. Okay. Like trading fashion, Archana, Sajita, Monia. Whatever you know, you can speak. And if you don't know, if you are not understand anything, you can also ask. Okay. So it's very good to speak.
May I know branching strategy in Git? Please, anyone?
Yes.
Sorry, can you please repeat the
Uh,
question?
may I know branching strategy in Git?
He's asking branching strategy of Git. Hello.
Nowadays we are using the feature branching strategy actually in our real time projects. So suppose if if we have a 10 developers in our project, look, we will create every developer for each branch and we can assign to them, and in on top of it we have a managers and masters will be there, so they can take care of the control of developer code, and they will integrate code together, and they will perform the final code. That's
Yeah.
what we will
It allows
perform.
to developers to diverse the production person to fix the code bugs. Anyone?
The answer is the answer is freestyle branching strategy,
Yeah.
free branching strategy.
Anyone have anything to say about this answer? So actually, what we can say, actually, actually, Git branching allows to diverse up of the production person. Okay, it's allows to developer to fix the codes, and developer what they're doing, they create the work and copy the code, and they also build pipelines, existing version. Okay, so git branch command let you know to create, list, rename, delete, and branches. It doesn't let you the switch the branches of the fork history. Okay.
Yeah, I have one question actually. So,
Yes, ask.
one of interview they asked me actually, like how to fetch 500 branches to the local repository at the time.
How to fetch?
500 branches to the local repository.
Anyone know?
They need at a time, same time.
Same time how to attach?
Yes, yes.
Ajay, Prashant, anyone know?
Yeah, Ram, I'm currently driving. That's why I'm not answering any question. I'm just listening the question. If there is any need, I will stop my car and I will answer. Okay. Till then, you
No,
can continue.
No,
no problem.
you can
Please,
drive.
like we can discuss this question tomorrow. You can have an answer. No problem.
Okay.
Actually, Actually, in order to list the branches, we can use the git branch -l command to
Mm-hmm.
list the branches. And once the branches are listed,
Mm-hmm.
then we can use which branch we need to connect. Okay, so I'm not sure with that, but I'm sure with like the command is like git branch -l,
Mm-hmm.
but he's asking to get
How
300 branches. Yeah,
he
so
is asking how to do this? Okay, in
yeah,
one time.
so in one time, yeah, yeah. So that is
Mm-hmm.
No,
it.
no. The thing is like one to five branches or 10 branches we can do manually, but we have to do some automation here. So
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what
okay,
I'm asking.
they can use
okay.
any codes related like shell scripting. They may be used.
Yeah, I think cell is scripted. Yeah, I think I'm also thinking the same. We can do via scripting.
But anyone have a different idea, so they can also share.
Ansible can also be used here.
Yeah, Ansible. Okay, fine. We will come to this question. Okay. First, we will start another questions also. Okay, and you can keep this message, this question in chat box. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can. Hello. Anyone attended the recent interview like in a week or maybe a 2 week? So he knows the latest question. So he can share the knowledge. So I think it would be a better for us.
Yes, yes. So
Hello.
any question what you have, like, then you can share it in the chat section. Okay. We will
Hello.
last time we will discuss. Yes, Shivam.
Yeah, I will give you the
Hello.
questions. I will give you the questions. Yeah. What is the default port number of Jenkins? I think it should be 8080.
8080.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
8080.
That is the one first question. And second one is, what is the Jenkins flow? Like if you don't have any answer, I will explain.
Port
What
number
is
is
Jenkins?
8080, right?
Yes,
Jenkins.
8080. Yes.
What is the second question? Jenkins flow.
What is the Jenkins flow?
Okay.
Yeah. First of all, we will pull the code from the GitHub Maven. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
after that we will compile the code. Okay. And after that we will trigger the build, and we will push it to the artifactory and and after that sometimes it should be the depends upon the project. Like sometimes they will build application, or sometimes they will build a Docker image, and after that they will push to the repository, and we can start the application.
You
Got
are
it.
saying CI/CD flow, right?
Yes, Jenkins,
Okay.
not a CI/CD flow, it's a Jenkins flow. Yes, CI/CD flow.
Same
We
thing, same.
yeah, we
Yeah,
attach. Yeah.
and the same thing I'm giving to here and chat box also.
Okay, okay.
Yes, you can find it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ram, I think I have means share a picture on WhatsApp
Mm-hmm.
regarding the CI/CD pipeline, complete pipeline I have defined there.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
and this pipeline recently implemented by me. That's why I shared this picture.
Yeah, I saw that, Ajay.
And the next question was like how to take the backup of the server. Jenkins.
what is the question?
How to take backup in Jenkins. Did you got my point?
Is there is any specific command or like we need to?
It, it's
No,
just
no,
simple
no.
like we need to go to Jenkins home
Mhm.
and we can find the directory structure and their jobs also there, and some other directory structure. We need to uh, take a backup. Like it's however you want. Like if you want to push into the Artifactory daily basis, it's fine. Otherwise, if you want to push into the GitHub repository, just make a script. You can keep that varlib Jenkins folder. That especially jobs and some. I have to see the directory structure. There are two or three directories where you just need to move into your GitHub repository. That's it. Whole
Yes,
Jenkins backup.
yes, it should be better. Yes.
Okay.
And next,
So basically, we are taking a backup like that. So it's just nothing but taking a jobs backup. That's it. Believe one second, I'll tell you.
You want to backup the data, na?
Yeah, just back up the data. That's it. Lib Jenkins. You can see the directory structure. Yeah, where lib Jenkins jobs. There is a one directory you can take,
Yes.
and another one is
I think they can use the plugins also, na?
plugins. Plugins, yeah, plugins,
Yeah.
and
Which plugin?
that depends like secrets and all if you want to. Otherwise, you have to hide the secrets later. That's really needed. So it's not like
Okay.
you can take that. But Jenkins, you have to spin up the Jenkins, then you have to copy these folders. That works fine. That's it. Very simple. Mainly it's the jobs folder because we are depending on the jobs. Without jobs, we can't run. And then it comes to these secrets and secrets you should be knowing. You're not exposing those secrets. We are configure inside the Jenkins. So better to configure again once the Jenkins is up, the new Jenkins, and
Okay.
triggers and all is there. It's up to you based on your requirement. Like if your machine if your Jenkins having these triggers, take a backup of triggers, jobs, plugins, and those are the most important things.
Hmm. Okay. So fine, we will start this question also, and please keep this question. Okay, we will discuss in these questions also.
and one more one, how to integrate Jenkins with the Git and Maven, and what needs to be done with the Git to integrate with the Jenkins. So we have to configure with the Git side and both Jenkins side. So that is the one of the question.
Mm-hmm. Can you please
Hello.
repeat the question again?
Uh, I think
Yeah.
yesterday I have answered all these questions
Hmm.
Yes, yes,
regarding
yes,
means Git integration with Git, how you will
yes, yes,
integrate your
yes,
webhook and something else,
yes, yes, right.
right?
Yes, yeah. No, some
Yeah.
people
Anybody
are
who
joined
joined the
newly, so
session, please.
Okay. So there means for the Maven means you can do by in two ways. You can means tick mark instant means install automatically, and else you can install from binaries and give the part to the give the part of the Maven to the Jenkins. Okay.
yes,
So
correct, yes, correct, Ajay.
you have to go to the global configuration, global tool configuration, and in that you can give the path of the Maven. Understand?
Yeah,
Also,
basically we need to set the
Yes,
environments inside
correct, yes, correct.
Jenkins. That's it.
yeah, we need to set the environmental variables.
Inside
So once
Jenkins
the
using
environmental,
global.
yeah,
Usually in Jenkins they will ask CI workflow and CD workflow. They will ask this type of questions only, how and they will ask one real time question also, like If one job is running, the suddenly the master server is crashed. So that job will complete or not? That job will take care by secondary server or not? That question. Did you got my point? Anybody know the answer? Like otherwise, I can explain.
Yes, can you repeat the question?
See, we have a master server and slave server will be there. Okay, secondary server and master server will be there. And master server and the master server we are running one job. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
suddenly it got crashed. Okay,
Okay.
so the job will complete or not, or otherwise secondary server will take care about the job or not. Just we have to explain the thing. What happened after crash to the master server while running the job? That is the scenario they are asking. Like that the I have explained like it's automatically take care about by the secondary server. I explained like that. So because like it should be in the middle of the job, right? Job is running, so it will take care about by secondary server. Then there is no need of the failover concept here in the Jenkins, right?
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that's my point of view.
Okay. So actually, the company they are asking the question, right?
Yes, it's a real time question actually. They will ask like two three companies are they asked me actually same question.
Same question.
Yes, yes. If job is running, master server got crashed. It will take care about the secondary server or not?
Okay.
I said yes, because
Hmm.
that is the failover concept, right?
Okay.
If it
So can you
No,
post this
actually,
question also?
sorry,
Can you post this question in chat also?
okay, sure, sure.
So Nitin wants to say something. Tell.
is it like master slave configuration you're talking about, or master server?
No, master slave concept is there already we implemented, but while
Okay.
while running the job in the master
No, no,
got
no,
crashed.
I mean like there are two things. Okay, master slave means I'm telling like there are two master servers. So like first primary and secondary master servers. DR
Yes.
conference server, okay, if disaster recovery, and another thing is like if you have master and agents, right? Like Jenkins server and the agents are there. Agents just serve the purpose. Like master will initiate the agent, like what to do, and agent will serve the purpose, and it will return the result to the master. So in that case, like I want to know, like, do you have two servers which are two Jenkins masters? Those are like active standby mode, or you're talking about the master slave?
Yeah, master slave or master secondary server or master server, it should be one server has initiated the job and second server is taking care about it or not. They asked me like that question.
May I try and answer the question?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, as far as I believe that if it is a master slave configuration, so the master is only responsible for directing the slave when a
Correct.
deployment is initiated. So, if the deployment has already begun and the master has directed the slave to initiate the deployment, and the master goes down, the deployment will not be hampered, it would be completed. And the other node, which is like configured to take over as master, will be taking its place. I think so.
Yeah.
This is the actual concept.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah.
So do
That's
we
what I
need to?
asked questions actually, like
Hmm.
how the setup is done. So
So
it's
do
a
we need
complex
to?
setup. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You can go.
Yes.
If you depending on like if you have a two Jenkins nodes, master nodes, which is
Hmm.
active and standby, then everything works smooth. There is no issue. Even if you have a slave will serve the purpose. and it will connect to the master
ये
active or
कितना आ गया
standby,
मेरा?
and it will serve the purpose. There is no failure over here, whatever
Yeah, 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 yeah.
situation.
I gave the same answer as just for like interview questions we are discussing
Yeah,
for.
no, just like it's good actually. You're asking, it's good.
And in real time scenario, like how many master servers and how many slave servers will be there? Any idea?
Yeah, master should be two to three will be there, and secondary
Mm.
should be how many we have. It should be depends upon
It's
our
totally,
company budget.
it is, yeah, it's totally depends on the company budget and your number of uh, threads, like Jenkins threads you require, and that totally your infrastructure design actually how you require it. It's not
See,
nothing to like one or two servers. You can extend whatever you want.
if we are continuously going to deployments, so we can need a more number of servers, right? So they can implement number of servers at that point of
Basically,
time.
now actually we are going not going with that. Like if you want for the deployment purpose, we are serving the Jenkins using the Docker containerization.
Yes.
So container having a Jenkins, you spin up the Jenkins, it will serve the purpose and it will goes down. That is what actually we are doing. We don't
Got it.
want to keep the stable architecture
Mm.
uh, for like continuously unnecessary. We need to waste the resources. So we're not wasting resource whenever we want to like it's completely uh, infrastructure as code. So we are running the IAC and it does all the jobs. Like Ansible is there. It spin in Docker image. It will pull the image. It will all these things through Docker containerization. Okay, we are not using anything like us. Uh, it's permanent infrastructure for Jenkins also. That is only we are using for our development lifecycle because we need to have a CI continuously running. So that is the purpose we are using in development lifecycle on plugin on Jenkins. Whereas in the deployment stage, we are not using the stable Jenkins. It is just like on demand basis.
Okay.
So I'm asking one question. So keep this question inside. I'm using the test development. Okay. So I'm asking one question. Can the turn from agent to instances and Jenkins pipeline?
So anyone having a real-time exposure on GitHub strategy, like you guys are asking, like branching strategy, right? Like
Anyone
it's depend on your company requirement. So we migrated from ClearCase
there
to
are
GitHub,
because
which is a
I'm currently
complex
working in
migration.
that.
Once we migrated to GitHub, so we used to have a branching strategy. So which should be matched to the ClearCase environment. So in that case, we are not using master at all. Master is waste here, so it's junk. Whereas we are using the branches specific to the version, like V6, V7, V8, V9, like that. For example, Windows 10, 7, 9, 8, like that. So in that we are cutting the branches whenever the developers are needed as a feature branches, and we are using a roll-up strategy here. So we not allow simply the developer to merge the code. It has to go through the manager approval. Once it is done, and there is a like branching strategy, and based on that, like they will merge the code, and then we run the roll-ups. We'll roll up the commits to the latest branch, which we supposed to release in the next year, which is tentative branch, because we need to have all the recent bug fixing or the new functionality. Everything should be in the latest branch. So we are using roll-up strategy. In that roll-up strategy also, we are having a per script, which will we once we run the script, it will check the commits of all the developers, and it will allocate like based on like the commit, like first commit, it will tell like, oh, this is the guy, he has to merge the code first, and then the next commit, like that we will follow the queuing strategy. First guy who delivered the code, he has to merge the same commit to the latest branch. And sometimes no merge we will use, because we no need to merge that code, which is branch specific code. So we are not merging. So in that case, like if anybody experienced, if you're having hundreds of like at least say like 20 25 versions in a different branches, if you want to take all the bug fixes to the latest release, like for example v10.1 or like windows 10.1, you want to deliver to windows 10.1 version. So how you guys manage, like you are going to have the different repositories for Windows 10, Windows 9, Windows 6, Windows 7, like that, or how? That I want to know.
No, in my project, what we will do is like within the same repository only we can create a different branch, and in that branch only we can create a folders. Actually, it should be the that is the continuous integration here. Actually,
That is correct approach. Yeah, that's what actually I want to say. I'm doing that approach. So I don't know, like people are going with a generic answer, like having a master and delivering it to the
no, no,
master.
no. This is the correct
That
answer.
doesn't work. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's fine. Thanks.
Hi Ram, this is Manoj. So today I faced an interview. I have asked one question, that is, what is
Can
meant by
you share
DevOps
your name in the
documentation?
chat?
What is meant by DevOps documentation?
Okay, job description, work where you need to do. They are asking you.
Ah, no, 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 no. The interviewer asking me how much time to complete the DevOps documentation.
Can you ask me again?
How much time to complete your DevOps documentation?
How much taking time to complete the DevOps documentation?
Yes, yes. They asking me the question. I'm not understand what they said.
Venkatesh? Hey,
Yes,
Venkatesh?
in my point of view for that question, actually, the like it should be depends upon the project. He was asking that overview of the project. We have to create a documentation. I think maybe it should be.
Well,
Hello? Anyone know the answer? How much take time to complete the DevOps documentation? Hello?
Ram, any other questions, Ram?
Yeah, I have asked. Which question answer we don't know. You just put the question in the notepad. We will discuss later.
And one more thing, who asked that question? Actually, I will give you like sometimes that interviewer will ask like he know the DevOps. the correctly developed concept or not. So that's why they will ask these type of questions actually.
Okay. So whatever you have a question, you can go. Okay.
Okay, Ajay.
Okay.
So
Like,
done your interview?
can anyone tell
So
me Maven is outdated or not? Nowadays, Docker is used. Maven is used. Hello.
Yeah, Banu. First of all, uh, Maven is different and Docker is
Yeah,
different.
yeah. For building images, they both are same doing work. No?
No, no, no. Actually, the thing is, uh, here, the coming to the Docker, we cannot test and we cannot build it. Actually,
Yeah, yeah.
we can build, we can deploy it.
We
Coming to
can
the
deploy.
Maven, we can test it and we
Yeah,
can build it and
Maven
we
in
can deploy
Maven
it.
there is a lot of bases there. So
But in a real time project, what we will do is we have to be work with the test cases also. So
okay,
most of times we can work with a Maven only, and like when Docker comes into the picture is like if we have a already running containers will be there somewhere else. We can take
image
that
is there.
content. Yes, we can take that image and we can go for the deployments. Yes,
Okay,
we can
okay,
create a containers within the pot and we can go for the deployments. That's what that workflow it should be.
okay. For checking purpose, check style is also used then. Maven check style for code analysis. Did you got a? Did you know about that?
See, normally coming to the Maven scenario, we have six scenarios or seven scenarios will be there.
Yeah, yeah, there.
Like I don't know exactly that names actually. The
Yeah, I
thing
know
is,
that, but yeah,
first one is we can test the code. Okay.
yeah.
Second one is without testing the code we can deploy it actually.
We can compile. First of all, we can compile. After we can test. After package that.
See, we have seven types. Each type
Yeah,
has a
yeah.
different
Seven
different
pages there.
scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, one without compiling it will deploy it. Okay.
Okay.
Second one is it will compile and it will have any issues with the code. It will intimate to us. So don't go for
Just
that.
a minute.
And after that once complied, so it will go for the test cases. So in the test cases also
Okay.
we will run the multiple test cases in the some other type. It should be like that. We have seven things will be there, so we have to know with everything.
Okay. Can anyone
But
explain real-time DevOps process? Like after Git, after Maven, after something code analysis, after like that. Can anyone explain real-time?
Means, can you just clear out your question?
Yeah, yeah. DevOps process. Can you tell me anyone?
Yeah, DevOps process means the process is based on means you have to pull the code, then build, test, and deploy. These are the four phases mostly used in means every scenario in the development means in the development phase. Okay,
Okay.
production phase is different. Test phase testing is different.
Yeah.
There are means the CI/CD pipeline is used for three different things. Means for development, for testing, and for production. Means the release. I'm talking about from the production. Okay. So
Okay.
for the development phase, you have to first means pull the code, which means and second you have to use the any build tool that can be Maven, Gradle, whatever the tool is there, and
Okay.
then third is your code analysis,
Okay.
and that can be done via sonar cube or maven check style
Okay. Okay.
and any other tool. Then there is if you are
So
using
here one
artifact
is
uploading.
Selenium is which Selenium testing is which comes under unit testing or
No, 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 sir, no, 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 selenium test cases are not in the part of the development phase.
okay.
It's a part of the testing. Okay, because you are using test cases.
Okay.
Okay, test cases are also picked by the Maven from POM file. So if you are using same CI/CD pipeline for testing as well, then it will not work because your code also have the pom.xml, and your test cases also have the pom.xml file. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why means testing pipeline is different and development pipeline is different. So in that development pipeline, you have to use means uh, pull the code, then build the code, then code analysis, and then artifact upload, then deploy. Okay.
So basically, DevOps engineer worked on which type of pipeline? Like,
Means all the pipelines are the DevOps. Means you have
okay,
to means from first phase from the means whenever developer push the code from that phase to release phase, you have, each phase you have to means carry out in your pipeline.
okay,
So you have to means use three different phases. Okay.
okay, okay, bro. Thank you.
Any other means is there any confusion in this answer?
Uh, Manoj, Sudeep, you have
I'm
to
just,
ask
I'm
anything?
just. This is Samuel. I'm just joining now. Ajaj, can you please explain what you just finished a couple of minutes ago?
Okay, I have just explained the means what is the real time flow of the complete pipeline. Okay, so means every company follow three steps. One is your development phase where you will build a complete CI/CD pipeline, and second is testing phase where you use Selenium and any other tool, and for the testing purpose that can be manual testing and automation testing. If you are using automation testing, then there should be means Selenium. Okay, for the manual testing I have no idea about that. And third is your production where you will release your application. Okay, so these are the three phases, and you have to means deploy complete your planning over these phases. So firstly, you have to means in the starting of the any project, there will be a development phase. Okay, hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here.
first will be the
So,
development phase.
can you be a DevOps engineer and work just in the development phase? Possible, right? That means you get
Yeah,
the
repeat
code.
again.
I mean, can you be a DevOps engineer but you work just on the development side? That means you build, you containerize, and then you push it to the next level, and that's it.
Yeah, it's the means it's a starting phase of the DevOps engineer. Okay, means if you are entering in the DevOps and you are fresher to up to 5 years, then it's good to have the knowledge of development phase. But if you are means more than 5 year experience and you are entering in the DevOps profile, then you should have at least theoretical base knowledge about testing and the production phase. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Okay.
एक मिनट Manoj, you have also a question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Can you ask the question again?
How much time to take complete the DevOps documentation?
Okay. So, can Ajay, could you please
So
explain?
yeah, DevOps documentation means DevOps documentation will be carried out in three phases. First is your planning phase, where means all the discussion will be done. So you have to plan about the project, what type of project you have, and how much means how much means versions of that application that can be means only the Android or the Android plus iOS or Android plus iOS plus OS. Okay, that can be means laptop for Windows specific or Mac specific. Okay, so you have to do planning about this. After that, there will be means portfolio management phase where you have to decide about each application that how you execute these versions. Okay, if you took about Android version, then you have to decide about the means how you execute it. There will be means portfolio management regarding Epic, and there will be Epic feature and all the things. Firstly, you have to divide your Android project in different phases. Means first you complete the GUI, and second team will complete the. Means you have to divide your project with different teams, and the timeline of that with that teams. Okay, there will be further enhancement if there will be any current scenario. Means customer wants some changes, some different changes regarding backend or GUI phase. Then there should be extra time you have to given in this. And third will be your CI/CD pipeline. Okay. So
Okay, thank
according to that, you can divide your complete time. So how much time it will take? Because it will involve all the teams, including your project manager, including your system team, including your development team and testing team.
okay.
And always is based on the how big is your application. Means the size of the application. If you are building a means multi-tier application, or you are building a simple application, the time only based on that.
Uh, Hello, this is Monia. I have one question here again. Uh, Sorry, I didn't get what is multi-tier application. How do we define it? I don't know. Can somebody please help here? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, I
If you
can
are
hear
audible.
you.
Yeah.
So, okay, what you have a question, you can ask. Okay.
Yeah, I asked actually. Okay, so while explaining the documentation, multi-tier application word was used. I don't know the exact meaning, like how applications are categorized. Can somebody please help on that? How do we identify an application as a multi-tier based on how many platforms it is working upon, like iOS or Android and Windows, as mentioned, or it depends on uh, any other factor.
Okay. Anyone know the answer of these questions?
I don't know if what I'm about to say makes sense, but I think when you containerize the whole application, it could run on any OS.
Mm.
Once you put it in a container, and in a container, it could run on any OS, any system. It
Okay.
doesn't matter anymore when you containerize it, because the container becomes an image. You make it an image, and you could deploy it anywhere, and it's gonna work. So I don't know much. I think that's all I can say.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you. And I have one more question again. I have read a sentence somewhere that DevOps is a like how Agile was one step ahead of waterfall method. DevOps is a step ahead of Agile method. So I have read that line. I don't know, but
Yeah,
when
I
we
think the difference is DevOps. You can just say DevOps is an automation of Agile.
automation of Agile,
Yes,
correct. So
because Agile is completely manual.
correct. So when I am working as a developer now, so I have those agile meetings that my application, my team works with agile method. They have they have sprints going on, release going on in phases every 2 to 3 months. So when we work as a DevOps, uh, does this work the same way that how a daily stand up will happen every 2 week, a sprint will go away? Is it like this with DevOps team as well?
No,
Or
Yes,
with
same.
DevOps it's the same thing, but this time with DevOps it's automatic. You don't need to run it. It runs. You could set it up and then leave it. Once you run that code, you commit, and it gets to GitHub. It
yeah,
pulls. It triggers a movement. So nobody is there to do anything. While in agile, you have to communicate. It's like you send it to the developer, send it to the other developer, or they send it to the testing, to the builder, to all. So someone has. It's like the step by step people manually doing it. But
yes,
yet in DevOps, once you write that code and you commit the code, it goes automatically without any stop. So it could be any day, it could be any minute, seconds. With DevOps, every second, every minute, you write a code. It's being built, tested, and everything is being done at the same time.
yeah,
So that's why they say DevOps saves you more time. One of the most important thing of DevOps is it saves time. It reduces the amount of error and mistake, and it's easy to identify problems as soon as possible.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how it comes to help with the agile method.
Basically, DevOps is automation. Earlier,
Yes,
we are doing a manual part. That now all manual part is removed and all are automation
Hmm.
is in DevOps.
yes. So you don't have to call anybody to say anything.
Yes.
Once it's done, it goes, it moves, it just moves automatically. You don't have to call the guy, the builder, the tester, and say, "Oh, listen, I send the code, check the code and check." No, it goes straight. Everything is set up. It moves from build, it goes to test. From test, if it's good, it sends a message. If it's not, it keeps moving and it comes back. It's a circle of automation.
Okay, then I have one more question again, although it has been repeated. So, if I'm a DevOps engineer, what is my day-to-day role? For example, an application was setting up, so like we discussed about the documentation and all. We built pipelines, everything was done for an application. Right now it is automatically working, code comes up, it pulls up, the code triggers everything. So at that time, what is a DevOps engineer doing? Because they are not triggering job, they are not creating pipeline, they are not creating containers. So what they are doing then, I mean, what is the day to day job? To maintain, to check, to monitor, what is it?
So DevOps means you are not means limited with only the CI/CD pipeline.
Okay,
There are multiple things. Means including your application monitoring stats. Okay.
okay,
So and you will not assign means as developer assigned with a single project or two projects. You the multiple projects will be assigned to you. So there is no chance means every project will run smoothly. Okay.
okay.
So first is your CI/CD pipeline, which is the highlight of this. Then is your monitoring is the part of there. Okay, and
Hmm.
third is the means you have to do some automation task day to day to means save the time. Means it's not possible that you will automate everything within a 2 month within a year. Okay, so there will be multiple things left. So automation is also your part. Means if you had set application means for the release or production, then you have to set automate restarting automatically, and automatically you have to means find the errors, and as a mail triggering, there are lots of concept there.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And
besides
Okay.
that, it's always it's this the market is always changing, so there are always futures changing every day, and the DevOps jobs runs as per requirement. So it's the same automation you made yesterday might not be the one you make today or tomorrow, based on the job that you are requested to work on. So it's always changing. So you might be doing those automations almost all the time, depending on how the kind of environment you find yourself.
yeah, got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I have a small question, okay, about Git. Yeah. So I face one question like Git. What is the difference between Git pull and Git fetch?
Git pull and git
Can
fetch.
someone, yeah, can someone please explain it
Um,
with the example,
I
please?
I think Git pull it pulls the latest version that was committed, and fetch it's like cloning the whole repository. Is that what it is?
Can you give me one example, please?
For example, pull, if two developers are working on a project on the same project, and you happen to say he commits something, and then you come the next day or the same day, or you want to pull, it's like you go to GitHub and you want to pull the latest version of pull pulls the latest version of what was committed from the GitHub repository. Why the fetch brings the whole repository back to your local server, or whatever whatever machine you're working on. So the difference is one pulls just the version, the latest version. Pull pulls the latest version that was committed and sent to the remote. While fetch is like you're cloning, you're bringing back the whole repository, everything, the whole file into your local system. Rama, is it correct?
Yeah, and it also allows to download the object to another repository.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can say that means git pull is a combination git pull and git merge. So git pull is a combination of git fetch and git merge. So if you git pull, so git fetch is only download the code in your local repository. And
Okay.
if you want to update, then you use git merge. Just like a git pull is a combination of both command git pull and git fetch and git merge.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, sure. Git fetch is git pull is a combination of two commands.
Yeah.
Git pull is a combination of two commands. Git fetch and git merge.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to only download, not update in your local repository, so you use just git fetch command.
Okay.
And then if you update your local repository, then use git merge command. Just like simple, if you don't want to use both commands, just use git pull. They take the command in your local repository and update it.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So can we proceed with the next question?
Yeah, you can proceed.
Okay. So everyone, whatever they have a question, everyone join in Telegram also, right? Hello.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I am
whatever
an
you have.
Telegram group.
whatever you have a question, you just post there. Okay, and that
Uh,
question daily you have to post a question, and that question we will discuss in the scenarios. Okay, in the sessions.
Can you share the Telegram link in the chat?
Are you available in WhatsApp group?
Yeah, however.
Yeah.
can you please name the group of what's, is it DevOps number two?
Actually, DevOps, there are two groups because one group is full, so I'm storing that one group.
Yeah, so I think the entire data is not being shared in the second group because there are.
So I will share you the Telegram link. Okay. So in WhatsApp, whatever we are sending, a new people can't get. But in Telegram, all the data always new joiner also can see. So right now I will share the Telegram link in both a group. Okay. I think today not so much questions we give the answer, but tomorrow definitely we'll be busy.
Yeah, I have a question. Is there debug? Can you debug the Docker? Is it possible?
What?
Ram, I think we don't have today. We don't have record today session, na?
Yeah, actually, we don't have so much question, but actually we
Okay.
have so much question, but we are not giving so much solution. So that's
Hmm.
why we are thinking
Right.
whatever
Right.
the question share in the Telegram link, we will discuss, we will study, and again we will come. Okay, because daily we have to task whatever the question we have to read also, and we have to describe the question answer also, because then we can easily give the interview. Okay, whatever the question, like Sumit Manoj Sudeep, after 2 days he have one interview, so we will try to clear his interview. Okay, so whatever his question we will solve his questions. Hmm? Like
For
I
that,
I have
Ram,
I
I
have
think
an
for
interview.
that they should tell us about the job description.
yeah,
On
so
that
I
Manoj
basis,
have
Sudeep.
we can provide the solution only.
Hmm. So Manoj Sudeep, are you listening? Hello.
I have I have a job interview on Monday and Wednesday with Capgemini and Infosys.
So you have to share the JD, then we will discuss around your JD regarding. Okay, and we will help you to clear your interview.
Okay.
Okay, and I will share
Okay.
again the Telegram link. Everyone join the Telegram link. Okay, and everyone, whatever you have a data, you just share in the Telegram, because in Telegram every data you can see. New joiner also can see.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever
Yeah,
data,
I have one question. Hello. Is it like AWS? Is that okay? AWS DevOps.
yeah, DevOps, AWS, whatever you can ask.
Yeah, and CloudWatch monitoring, we need to alert the Slack when the database increasing. We need to alert the Slack channel. How we need to do that?
Yes, but
In the CloudWatch monitoring, we need to add two databases, and we need to create the alerting Slack channel for the database.
electric Slack channel of the
Database. How
database.
channel is, if the CPU memory is going up, we need to
Hmm.
create the channel.
Can
Automatically, we
you
will get the.
uh, can you message in chat whatever you have a question?
Okay, okay, yeah, I do. Okay.
Yeah, I have the question. If it is possible to debug the Docker, how to debug the Docker?
Yeah, good question.
Uh, Sorry, debug the Docker or debug the container?
Debug Docker only. Docker or
Big
containerized.
container is fine. If you know, then big container is it is
Yeah,
great.
you have to means correct your answer because Docker is means you can say engine which is working means and you are using only container
Yeah, if it is
as a
possible to.
microservice. So you have to means you will run your application. So you have to debug your container only. If there is any issue in the running in the Docker engine, then you can check that. Okay. So there are
Okay.
two different questions. If your Docker engine is not running, then you have to debug. or if your application or container is not running, or you want to means troubleshoot your container, then there is another question. Okay, so firstly you have to define your question.
Okay,
Yeah,
actually,
can you
interviewer asked me
set up,
how to
please?
debug the Docker.
How to debug the Docker? So you have to answer. So there is two things. First, if your Docker engine is not running, then I have to debug the Docker engine, why it's not running, what is the dependency pending, and is there any file missing. And for the container, if you are asking about the Docker container, then you can debug your container by means if it is not running, then you can check the logs by the command. You can inspect that container as well. Okay, and third is you can check the events.
Okay.
Okay, so there are
Oh,
only means two approach. First is for Docker engine, and second is for your container.
okay, okay.
For this scenario, then how the DevOps will fix DevOps team or DevOps person can fix this? How the workflow will be there? Let's suppose the guy asked like to debug. Okay, is a DevOps person, then how will fix that issue? And what is the workflow I am talking about? Like someone is face the issues, then it goes to the development, whatever. Okay.
Means you are talking about you have created a pipeline, and if there is
Yeah.
any issue, then how you will fix it, right?
Yes, yes. When it means
So
I know the solution, but how the workflow will be there? Means how the request is. I mean, like stage wise. Okay, I'm talking
how
about
the workflow will work?
correct.
Yeah, yeah. Means you are asking again the question how the workflow is it will work, right? This is
Yes, sir.
again the
Yes.
same question, and if you have means firstly, let me tell you, the workflow is the pipeline you have created, and that will be the part of your planning. Okay, if you are the single person of in your team, then you have to decide how you will execute your workflow. That there will be means 4 to 5 steps. Means you will have to SCM checkout, source code checkout. Then there will be a build process in which you have to select a tool according to the project and according to the technology. Like it can be Java or it can be your front end like Angular or React. So you can ask to your developer which tool he is using for build purpose. Then third is your code analysis. Code analysis means code coverage. How much code coverage is there? Okay, so that can be done by multiple tools like one side Maven check style, then SonarCube is there, and also some paid tools are there. Okay,
So
and
who will
next step is your
who will do the
sorry,
code check, uh, code quality? DevOps team will
code
do
analysis, right?
code analysis.
No. It means you will integrate, and you have to means you have to have some knowledge about this tool. But mostly tools means used by the developer only, like sonar analysis. So if you are using sonar analysis and there is a project going on Java, then the one of your senior developer will use and set some guidelines means yeah, or instructions that there will be 80% coverage, and these criteria to pass that code coverage or code quality. Okay, on that basis the code will be passed, because always lead or senior developer will do the testing or means checking of the code, how means a junior developer or developer written the code. So that quality means quality steps will be written by the senior developer. So there is means tools are, so he has to means just make the criteria of code quality. So that means it can be 70%, 80%, or 90%. Okay, so you have to just integrate that sonar cube with your Jenkins, and after that you have to include that sonar cube or Maven check style in your pipeline. Okay, so that and that can be means done only after build, because before build you will do, then it will be fail. Okay, because first criteria is compiling and building should be successful. After that there will be other steps that can be testing or means deploying or code quality. Okay.
Hmm.
And one there is I mean it's artifact uploading, that if you are company using artifact uploading, then you can add any open source repository like Nexus, or some means if you are going to for paid, then there is a Azure artifact repo. So you can use any of them. You can integrate, and you can upload your jar or war file created by Jenkins to that directory.
So Maven will be help you to uh, create the jar file and work file, right?
Yeah, means the once Maven build the code, there will be a jar or war file. That was means that will be explained as well in the pom.xml file.
So my question is, as a DevOps uh, engineer,
Mhm.
so will DevOps team will be create the jar file and war file anything, or am I
No, no, no. Means
am I wrong?
once you mention the step Maven build, then automatically jar file will be created in the Jenkins directory after Maven build.
Jenkins is a workflow, right? One by phase wise it will be work.
Yeah, means Jenkins is a workflow, but the war file will be saved in the Jenkins workspace directory. Okay, because it's a centralized location for every plugin, every tool. So all the data will be saved in the Jenkins directory.
Okay. And someone asked like multi-tier application, right? Multi-tier application.
Yeah.
So we'll be discussion tomorrow. Okay, like some
Mm-hmm.
more few points. Okay, there is that
Everyone
question
post a
because that.
question in Telegram. We will discuss all these questions. Like
Yeah.
Venkata Shekhar also have some question. Okay. Manoj, Sandeep, everyone who have some question, you just post in Telegram. Whatever you have a question, we will discuss in the tomorrow in the same time, 7 p.m. Okay. I don't think
Actually, I'm not.
anyone have any time issues. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So I'm not clear about that multi-tier application. So, someone comment on tomorrow, so that will be discussed. Okay,
Okay. So
please.
you just everyone right now join in Telegram, right?
Yes, I'll join. I'll join. I think I didn't
In
join.
chat box I shared the link. You just join. Okay, and in WhatsApp also I shared. So everyone join tomorrow same time, and everyone message in the Telegram group whatever you have question. Okay, we will
And
discuss
my
tomorrow.
my last question is like, can I set off the job without? Sorry, can I set up the uh, set up form.xml without form.xml?
No, you can't. But there means POM. What is the POM.xml file? Firstly, you have to understand that, and for that you have to read about this, because POM.xml is the file which managing your means dependencies and artifact IDs and all these details, means version, what is that there, but Is it snapshot or release? Okay, so lots of the information on that page. On the basis of that information, Maven will follow their steps. Okay, so firstly you have to understand what is form.xml file. So you can Google it, no issue. If there will be any query, you can let me know.
Sure, sure. Yes.
Okay, so same time we
Ajay,
will join in tomorrow, right?
Sorry.
Same time we
one
will
question.
join in
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. 7
Yeah,
p.m.
one.
everyone
Yes,
for
thank
okay.
you.
Excuse me.
Yes, yes. Ask.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
actually, one last
Uh,
one. Okay, okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Is it for beginners or just experienced ones?
No.
Like you're creating. I had just joined the group. I didn't know what
Telegram.
happened before that. Yeah, from Telegram. Uh, uh, are we doing are you doing this for beginners or experienced? Or is there any level?
There are everyone can join, beginner and experienced, everyone. They can share the experience. Daily we are
Okay.
sharing notes. Tomorrow, today I will share you the Jenkins normal tutorial. You just read this of Jenkins, and tomorrow we will discuss. And whatever you have a question, you just post in Telegram. That question we will discuss in the tomorrow session. 7 p.m. is the timing. Okay, so join everyone in
Okay.
sharp timing 7 p.m. And the link, whatever I send in the group, that link you can use till the 13th. Means in this full month you can use the same link. Okay.
Yeah, Ram.
Hmm.
For the fresher candidates, I have a homework.
Yeah.
Firstly, they have to understand what is SDLC. Okay,
Hmm.
because they keep trying asking the questions, but they don't know how do they actually uh, do their jobs. Okay, if they don't know about the SDLC, software development lifecycle, then
Hmm.
how will they understand the DevOps and CI/CD, right? So for every fresher or who just join the IT,
Hmm.
should read about SDLC. Okay,
So
after that they can understand what we are talking about.
yeah, you can share the task, and who is the fresher, they can try. Okay. After that, if they are not, they can't make, then we will show you how to make this. Okay.
And one more thing, means for the freshers, if means they are hesitating to speak in English, they can speak in Hindi as well. We can translate for other persons. Okay,
Yeah.
so no worry about that. Speak in English or Hindi. Okay, so there is no issue. Sometimes
You have
means
to
the
speak
freshers
because
candidate hesitate to speak in English.
and you have to speak because you have to remove your hesitations also. So that's why.
Yeah, but means for the starting phase of the, I know means there is some hesitations.
Hmm.
Means what people think and whatever means he or she can remove their hesitation by speaking some words in English, some word in Hindi. There is no issue.
Whatever
If
you know,
anybody
you
from
can
Telugu,
speak.
I can explain.
Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, actually, like last question regarding the pom.xml. So this is to like Ajay only. So Ajay, like we are
Mhm.
discussing about pom.xml. Being a DevOps engineer, do I need to like
Mhm.
fully understand what is the pom.xml? Do I need to read it thoroughly before executing any task?
Means no means don't means do read deep and dive. You have to just understand what information .xml file have. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because during artifact uploading, you need to they will that repository will ask you artifact ID, group ID, version, and is it bar file or jar file, and multiple questions will be there, and you have to understand where you can find these answer in pom.xml. Okay,
Got
because
it.
this thing only written in the pom.xml file. Even means if you are doing some sonar analysis, so maven after means building of war file, maven itself includes some steps in pom.xml. After that sonar cube or maven checklist will do their work. Okay.
Got it, Ajay. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you everyone. We can join same time tomorrow. Okay. And whatever you have a doubt, you just post in the Telegram. And who is the fresher? They also post in Telegram that they are freshers. Okay.
Okay, no issue.
One more thing, can you please reshare the link of the projects that you mentioned earlier, which we have to practice? Can you reshare that?
For fresher, right?
No, you said at the beginning of the call that you had shared the link of the projects that we can
Yesterday
do.
I shared
Yeah.
one link, multi-page setup. That one?
Yeah, so actually yesterday I was not part of this group, so
Yesterday you
I
joined, right?
no, I just joined today.
Okay, but you have to complete this task and you have to share, okay, how to do this.
Yeah,
And if
no
you have
problem.
to any problem, you also have to share that I have this problem with. Okay?
Yes, so can you please reshare that link?
Yeah, I will share, reshare. Again, I will reshare. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. I will share in Telegram, okay? All over in Telegram. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
bye for now.